Now, Brian,
That's actually what you want.
now, Brian, I told you he's decided he's gonna teach school, but he's been, asked to interview again for Henderson.
Oh, is that right? Mr. Lee back there? Was Mr. Lee back there?
Mr. Lee was out a long time ago.
This is a quick CH. Hey,
You about ready?
give me my gal.
Hmm?
Give me my gal. You got a
Little
report?
black.
Do you have a report? I have it.
Little black. That resolution has been pulled.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. The May 11th meeting of the Central Arkansas Housing Court, roll call.
Do you want me to do that?
Yes, please.
Okay. President Anthony,
Here.
Director Lindsay,
Here.
Director Lowe,
Here.
Director Peterson, Director Johnson.
Jackson.
Johnson.
Johnson.
Johnson. Ms. Johnson.
Right here.
We have a quorum.
We have a quorum. Before you is the brief agenda for today's meeting. And I'll take a motion, since these were removed from the MHA meeting, I'll take a motion to table them from the CACH meeting.
So moved.
Is there a second on the motion?
Point of order.
All right.
Are we gonna adopt the agenda, then go to
Oh,
the
we
agenda?
gonna adopt the
I
agenda.
apologize.
Yeah, adopt the agenda first.
And yes, because there needs to be some edits. Before you is the agenda for today's meeting. I'd like to add one item, and that's the finances of CAHC.
Move for the adoption of the modified agenda.
Is there a second on the
Second.
motion? It has been moved and properly second. Motion by Director Lowe, seconded by Director Lindsay. All those in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Are you still there, Brandy?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. There is the minutes from the April 15th and April 30th meeting for your review.
Move for the adoption of the minutes from the April 15th and April 30th meetings.
Is there a second on the motion?
Second.
Second.
Okay. Motion made by Director Lowe to adopt the minutes from both the April 15th and April 30th meeting, seconded by Directors Lindsay and Peterson. There is no old business.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
we had the,
Oh, right.
the design group
Mhm.
to resubmit their,
Be
their bid. And they did that,
for 26.
For 26,000. And that was forwarded for us to,
Is there any discussion? And pretty much it stayed the same. We just got a little bit of a break on it.
yeah,
As a startup entity, to drop it from the 46 to the $26,000. That really gives us the opportunity to go ahead and begin to work on the website, letterhead, and various other components of that proposal. Is there any other discussion on the proposal? Is there a motion on the proposal?
So moved.
It has been moved by Director Peterson to accept the design group bid of $26,000 to do.
Second.
Seconded by Director Lowe. All those in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposers? Okay, that motion passes. Couple of finance questions to Mr. Delaney. Mr. Delaney, in looking at the report, there was a entry pertaining to the ED's salary of 50/50, and we ain't blaming you for nothing. We just want to know how that came about, because it was never anything that we put into place.
Okay, I'm just following what was actually in the previous, I think the January board report, that's how much that was allocated for us.
Okay. We have,
What did he say?
He said it was from the previous
previous report,
reports that had
What
been
report?
submitted.
that it was 50%. I
Chart.
guess
What-
the
what
numbers were
chart?
50%. We
Chart-
didn't
the charges.
realize
Yeah, I mean.
that
Well,
the
what
numbers,
report?
the
What
numbers designated 50% that we paid forward. But we didn't recognize that it was 50% of her salary.
And I,
There was a recommendation, that you begin to track hours,
right,
was your recommendation.
that was from Dr. Jarman, so,
Thank you. That we begin to track hours. And we, Dr. Jorman, thank you for that recommendation, because it is one that the board in its earlier discussion embraces, that we begin to track hours. But there is no 50% on her salary.
Basis for no.
That it's not 50% on her salary. Okay.
just.
And so we would ask the accountant to correct that and give us a narrative. If the board is in agreement with this new practice of how we track funds, I guess we need a motion that we do it on an hourly basis for those members of the entire staff that does work for CAHC. Is there
So
a
moved.
motion by Director Peterson, seconded by Director Lindsay? All those in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Opposers?
Aye.
Okay, is there, we did decide is there any other old business? Okay. The new business is the resolution that was tabled at MHA. Is there a motion to table this, resolution, at CACH?
So, but point of order,
Okay,
is there a time certainty? Because you can't have an indefinite table.
Dr. Jordan was doing some research.
Brochure to next month.
Okay.
She is asking to, have that done.
Next board meeting?
Next
Yes.
board meeting.
Okay.
So the motion would be that we table this, resolution until the June meeting. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second it.
Motion to table the resolution,
To the next.
2021-7 until the June meeting. All those in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposers? Now,
I
this,
just have a point of clarification so that I can make sure that we give you what you need in terms of your motion. If we track the hourly time that every employee spends on CAHC-related matters. So, for example, I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say 40 hour, out of my 40-hour week, I spend 30. That's more than 50% on a weekly, but I'm trying to understand when you say track it hourly, and each employee does.
now let's
because
get
right now-
clarification now.
Yeah, I was
What
gonna say,
that, what that looks like.
definitively,
Now,
yeah.
if it's an
what
MHA, like
definitively,
with the
yeah.
property,
Yeah.
and you're selling that property, or you're trying to transfer that, that's an MHA, that's not a CACH. It is not our hours until it is actually in our hands.
You get it dried and.
No,
the
I'm just
signature's on
giving
the
you an
line.
example. Let's
Yeah.
say, I'm
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
I hear what you're
Yeah,
saying, but
yeah,
I'm saying,
that
let's
would
say
be
it was
correct.
Jesse Powell.
Yeah.
And if, you know,
Jesse Powell
I'm
has-
just saying,
I'm
how are you instructing staff to account when, so are you
So-
saying whatever percentage it comes up with, if staff can justify it, and it's CAHC, are you okay then? If they can justify it, and these are eligible CAHC activity, then that's it, you wanna know.
That'll be a trial run. Let's look at it and see.
For the first 90 days.
Let's see, yeah.
But I don't, and I'm gonna say
Foresee,
this,
yeah.
if any work that you're doing for us, we should know about
Yeah.
it. let's be clear.
Yeah.
Any work that you are providing for CACH, as president of the corporation, you should be talking to me. If your staff is doing something that we don't have no clue about, if Andy's spending time, I understand you're gonna spend some time.
And his staff is gonna spend some time.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily, cause like I said, what we've had is a template.
Mhm.
And there is no template for us. But the thing about it is that I'm concerned about actually knowing what type of expense we're having. Whoever does this,
Yeah.
and see, this helps us in setting up how we're gonna deal with staffing
Exactly.
on the other side, okay?
Right,
Yeah. So this is knowledge for us
Right.
as to how many times, if we're talking about bringing in someone who's gonna do part-time work, how many hours are we actually talking about? So I ain't got no problem. I really don't. I think it gives us a clear picture.
I do too.
But if you're spending time, or your staff is spending time, somebody on this side of the house needs to know that they're spending time.
At one time, there was a cost allocation plans that was provided to nonprofit agencies, is that? And it was just a percentage of their overall operation, and it was applied, to whatever that nonprofit
That
had.
discussion came up with Snell.
Uh-huh.
There was nothing definitive as to how we were going to move forward. It was just a discussion that there needs to be some type of quote-unquote cost sharing. There was nothing definitive.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, now, the situation that we're dealing with here, with CAHC becoming of age to be able to work on its own, is actually gathering data that working with MHA will provide to us and moving forward. So we'll know how much a clerical staff person spends, how much time a finance person actually spends with us. And if there's a project or developer involved, and how much they're spending. But again, as long as, and I don't want us to get us confused about what's MHA and what's CAHC. If it's work that we have not got the control of, it is not CAHC. If it's property, you're doing research to see how you get, that's MHA work. That's not us. But once it gets over here and we start doing whatever that needs to be done and you're involved in that, then that's where that tracking kicks in. Like I said, with issues of clerical function, that's where it kicks in. If issues of finances that is actually targeted toward us, that's where that kicks in. So at this juncture, I'm not really afraid of what the 30 hours. But it does give us a good gauge as to how much time will actually be spent.
During a period of time.
Yeah, I just said wherever our name is, or wherever their name is, that's who we counsel.
Is there, Brandy, are you clear?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Now, what we have, we're going to, with the motion to adjourn this meeting, we're going to go and look at the building. Now, I'm told that I might need a shoe rather than a cutout shoe to go up in that camp, but I'm gonna take my chances to go in there. So, Brandy, we're going to, with the adjournment motion, we're gonna look at the office space as it is next door. Now, one other thing, Dr. Jarman, with the signing,
You said next door?
yeah, 601 Markham.
Right around the corner.
Oh, okay.
We're going to 601 West Markham. Dr. Jarman, we did talk a little bit about Jesse Powell. With that closing, you'll get notification of that closing.
Yeah.
Okay,
And also getting the notification when that development fee drops.
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. And I know you'll be glad to see that, right? The development fee that comes in, okay. We'll go from there. Is there anything else coming for this board? Is there a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Second. Meeting is adjourned.